Hello, everybody, and today we're gonna be reacting to This is the first time of me reacting to another YouTuber, by the way. But I think I'm gonna be checking out Demon 1954. You know, the popular Godzilla YouTuber, by the way. Demon 1954. 15 things that need to happen in with Godzilla post Godzilla versus Kong. So yeah, let's just get started.
Let's talk cash app. Want to explore a new way to bank? Black invest.
Pardon the fan. It's very hot. What's up?
Wait, hold on.
Pardon the fan. It's
Oh.
very hot. What's up,
Don't
everybody?
blame you.
Back. Welcome to a brand new video, and today we're going to be doing 15 things that need to happen.
Are you wearing a
post
bracelet?
Godzilla versus Kong. That's right. It is June 23rd, which means it's time for another 15 things video. All
Actually,
about what
it's
I want them to do next with
it's
Godzilla.
no,
in the month.
it's June 24th.
Starting out with numero uno. This is kind of a bonus. It's kind of a bonus, but I'm just labeling it as number one. It's 16 things I want to happen in the next Godzilla movies. Movies, plural. Hashtag continue the Monsterverse, baby. We
Thank
want
you.
movies. I want them. You know, I'm totally cool with it if they want to do like a Monarch TV show or like a G-Team TV show or whatever. But I want movies.
In my opinion, I think the next option we should go for is Destroy All Monsters, because I said this in my Son of a Kong Red video, that there's really nothing else you can do besides Destroy All Monsters, where you have Godzilla, Kong team up with some other monsters and to take down. Oh my god, sorry guys, I gotta use the restroom. I'll be right back. I'll be there. Alright, I'm back. Sorry. I'm probably never gonna do that again. Just go pee while I'm doing a reaction. Well, I probably might do it again, but just not that often. So let's just keep going.
Find another Godzilla movie, and I believe we may get one. You know, many people are like clinging on to the old Shinji Higuchi interview.
Honestly, in my opinion, like I just said before I took a break, I think Destroy All Monsters is the only option left, because you guys already had Burning Godzilla, the Oxygen Destroyer, and King of the Monsters, and then we just had Mega Godzilla. We had Kong going to the Hollow Earth, and on top of that, apparently they teased a lot of stuff in this film. They teased Mecha King Ghidorah probably coming in the next film. They teased a lot to the point where you just like, there's not really much you can do besides give us that Destroy All Monsters film. I know some people are saying Son of Kong, but honestly, guys, that's just a rumor. That's just a rumor, and I don't want it to happen. So yeah, if anything, if it were up to me, I would just do Destroy All Monsters.
Are like, there's gonna be no hope for another Godzilla movie in the MonsterVerse. Why? Why are you not actually understanding what he said there? There's hope, and I'm hopeful. All right, number 2, separate Godzilla and Kong. I've seen a lot of people talking about potentially a rematch. They want Godzilla and Kong to fight again.
Guys, no, just no. I agree, no. The fight's over. We don't really. One of my issues with everyone has been saying lately is that people say things like, "Oh, I want King Ghidorah here. Oh, I want Mega Godzilla in the next film. I want friggin' Godzilla and Kong to fight again." Like, it's just like we just have to ask. We just had these things. Like, aren't you satisfied already? Like, we just had King Ghidorah. We just had Burning Godzilla. We just had Burning Godzilla. We just had the oxygen destroyer. We just had Mega Godzilla. We just had Godzilla and Kong fighting 2 times throughout the whole movie. Like, aren't you satisfied already? Like, no. How I would do it is just have them team up, have King Ghidorah and Mega Godzilla mixed together to make Mecha King Ghidorah, because everyone knows Godzilla vs. King Ghidorah is my all-time favorite Godzilla movie. And that's how I'll do it for Destroy All Monsters. Have Mecha King Ghidorah be the main villain.
I more than anybody want Godzilla and Kong to fight again. I so badly want to see those 2 fight again. I don't know if the MonsterVerse is the right place to do that. If you wait another...
Yeah, maybe have Toho have them fight again after this film just became a success.
20 years and then give it another shot in a reboot. I don't think the MonsterVerse is the place to do that. They seem to have made peace. I guess maybe if you use like an orca to make them mad and then attack each other, but I don't need it. I don't need it right away. I don't need it for another many years. We had Godzilla and Kong fight, and it was awesome. That being said, even if they're not fighting, I still want them to go their separate ways. Goodbye, King Kong. Go back to the Hollow Earth and stay there. I don't want the next Godzilla movie to also have Kong. I would like them to give each other a break from one another, because the crossover is supposed to be a big event, and if they just do it every time, then it doesn't feel special. So if we get another Godzilla movie, I hope it's just Godzilla and Kong isn't in it, and then we can build up to a finale where you finally bring the 2 back together. That is how I would do it too. I don't know if I would bring them back together, the Godzilla and the Kong. I'll talk a little bit about it in a Kong video I make. I don't think I'd bring the Godzilla and the Kong back together unless it was for the finale of the MonsterVerse. That's the...
Which is really the next film, because, like I said, there's not really much you can do after after everything you just gave us.
only situation I think would be special enough to do that. Next up,
In terms of like movies, what I mean by there's nothing else you can do, I'm not meaning like stuff inside the movies themselves, like Burning Godzilla. Like, what I mean by that is like movies, like whether it's a Godzilla 3, King Kong sequel. That's what I mean. Like, I don't think we should get, after everything we just witnessed throughout the last couple of years, and also King of the Monsters underperformed at the box office, and Godzilla vs. Kong did not make as much money as Godzilla 2013 at Kong Island. Really, after going through all that, the only option left is to give us that Destroy All Monsters finale where they have to team up again. So that way you could work your way back up to the 500 million or even 600, maybe make it even more than that. So yeah.
is Monarch. I want Monarch back, restored to its position from King of the Monsters. Godzilla vs. Kong feels a little weird. Monarch is technically very involved with the plot of that movie, but it's not the same branch of Monarch. I want to see the Godzilla branch. I want our full Monarch cast. I want Mark as...
Yeah, one of my complaints, like, I mean, I have no problem if Monarch is, like, separated from the story, but my issue is that they feel they're like not really part of the plot, but they don't explain why. Like that's one of my issues with Godzilla vs Kong. They don't explain that much stuff.
The lead. I know Madison's the fan favorite. I know she gets the spotlight in Godzilla vs. Kong. I think she's a far less interesting character than Mark. I want Mark at the lead. I want...
Yeah, I like Madison Russell. I like her in both films, both King of the Monsters and Godzilla vs Kong.
Dr. Chen by his side. I want Dr.
Where was she? Where were they? Because I remember them saying that they were going to be in this film. I remember. I'm not even joking right now. In case you guys didn't know, they were supposed to be in this film. It was confirmed by everyone. The articles, they themselves said it. All the cast lists, they were supposed to be here. Maybe for a deleted post credits.
Very involved. Expanding on the Mothra twins is like the best idea you could do. I really want to see those two expanded upon. They would be the most knowledgeable about the Titans in the Monsterverse, and it'd be very, very interesting to see a new take on that. Plus, the mythology of those two characters is so interesting. Bring Madison back, of course. I want to see her back. And then bring the whole crew back. I want to see the Godzilla King of the Monsters cast back for another one. I like Rick Stanton quite a bit. I want him back. I know a lot of people don't, but I am rooting for it. Next up, along the lines of returning characters, Alan Jonah. He's out there. He's one of the most interesting aspects of the Monsterverse. What is he up to?
I think he's dead.
I want to know why he gave...
I think he might be making Mecha King Ghidorah after what we just saw.
Did they grow another one? How were there two? Where did he give both of them? What's going on? I want Jonah Allen back. I think Jonah Allen should become the overarching villain for the Monsterverse. I think he should be the villain. We kind of got introduced to him in Phase 1. For Phase 2 of the Monsterverse, and I do think that they should have a full phase of it, like a couple things, like maybe a couple anime and then a couple movies for each Godzilla and Kong. I think Alan Jonah should be the overarching villain who ties all those together in his quest, which I would talk about a little bit more in videos up to come. But yes, I would absolutely bring Alan Jonah back, and I would definitely find out what he's been up to.
Sorry, guys.
Why did he give the skull to Apex? It seems like the least Alan Jonah thing to do. Next up, revive Ren Serizawa and give that mother effer an eye patch. I don't think Serizawa's dead. The Godzilla vs. Kong novelization is like he gets electrocuted and then his body goes missing. A lot of Godzilla fans say that Ghidorah infested his brain and that he's still alive but infected by Ghidorah. That does not happen. I read the novelization for Godzilla vs. Kong. That's not how it goes. What happens is Ren Serizawa's consciousness is controlling Mechagodzilla and it gets smothered out by the AI and Ghidorah combined, and then it kind of leaves him in a coma, and then he gets electrocuted, and then they go try and find his body and it's missing. We don't know what happened to him, and I want to know what happened to him. I think having him interact with Monarch would be super interesting, especially because Ren Serizawa isn't a bad guy. He is...
In my version of Godzilla vs. Kong, well, I'm currently working on it, but this is kind of a little spoiler, but in my version of Godzilla vs. Kong, Ren Serizawa is actually the main villain. And one of my issues with the actual film itself is that Ren Serizawa is not the main villain for Godzilla vs. Kong. Instead, we get a freaking billionaire. I honestly wanted him. Because remember in King of the Monsters, Dr. Serizawa sacrificed himself in order to revive Godzilla. So what I thought was gonna happen is that Ren Serizawa right there was gonna be the reason why Mechagodzilla is here, to get revenge on Godzilla after his father died. So in my version of the story, that actually happens, and also I will have him survive.
Right, Godzilla is a murderer who killed thousands of people, whether intentional or not. Although Ren's means were wrong, he shouldn't have built Mechagodzilla, and he certainly shouldn't have used the Ghidorah skull. He has a point that there was a need to try and kill Godzilla. Mark Russell, of all people, could agree with that. And I think having a scene with Mark, who's at the end of his journey, meeting Ren, who's at the start of Mark's journey, that could be very interesting. Seeing Mark be like, dude, I was literally in your exact same spot, but I did kill the mech. I think that could be very interesting.
Sorry, I just dropped my remote.
Plus, just the son of Serizawa, who caused this colossal problem for Monarch, having him interact with people from Monarch would be great. So I want to bring him back. I want to see what he's up to. Next up, bioweapons for number 6. Bioweapons, I think, is the future of the Monsterverse. It was heavily, it was just flat out stated to be a part of Godzilla King of the Monsters novelization. It's implied in the movies Godzilla King of the Monsters. There's so much set up in the Monsterverse for genetic engineering of Titans. Bioweapons, I think, is the future, whether that means anti-nuclear bacteria being created to try and...
I don't think we're getting
Godzilla and
Biollante,
bad
but
guys,
something,
or you got
a monster
something
that's
like
similar.
Biollante, which we'll talk about a little later. I just think that there's so much room for Frankensteining monsters in the Monsterverse. I would love to see it. Alright, Godzilla's status. We need to find a new status quo for Godzilla. He was the superhero of the Monsterverse, and then he blew up a bunch of ships, blew up Pensacola, and attacked Hong Kong. Yeah, I think the public sees now that there was a reason why Godzilla did that, but Godzilla would be on shaky grounds with the public. I want to see that continue. I want to see people not trusting Godzilla. Maybe this leads...
Oh, that's huge!
Sharman's Super Mega Roll is so big, you don't always have to worry about the roll running out.
Oh my gosh. Freaking. Sorry for moving the camera that much.
Government agencies help funding
I'm in my phone.
against Godzilla. I don't know, maybe the government develops some anti-nuclear bacteria or something. I think there's a lot of ground to explore with Godzilla's new questionable status. Monarch knows he was in the right, but nobody else does. And would people listen to Monarch? Would they trust them? I don't know. So I think there's a lot you could do there. I think Godzilla's status should be returned to his Heisei status. We're in the Heisei era Godzilla. He was a bad guy at first, but by the end of the Heisei era, it was like, he may attack a few cities, but generally he's not the bad guy. And I think that's kind of how people should...
Yeah, I like that version of Godzilla way more than. Because I watched a video from a YouTuber called King Kong 19100 where he states that Godzilla's Godzilla's character was not great when he was not like fighting back the military, and a lot of fans got on him. And I honestly agree with King Kong 19100 because honestly, if somebody was coming at me trying to fight me, I will fight them back. If I'm gonna be honest, like I would not just like push it, like just like get out of there. I will fight back. If someone tries to attack me, I'm defending myself, and that's what Godzilla should do. It's part of his character. That's one thing that King of the Monsters and Godzilla 2013 lacked, and Aftershock and Awakening, is that whenever humans try to attack him, he just like Godzilla just like hits the. No. He just like walks away, does nothing. I mean, yeah, sure, he like hits them, but he's just like just walking through the vehicles instead of actually fighting back. That's one thing that Godzilla vs. Kong and Godzilla Dominion proved, that Godzilla should fight back.
Look at him in the Monsterverse. It's like, generally he's not the bad guy, but he is a very destructive and scary force, and I'd like to see that expanded upon. Monarch could look at him the same way they've always looked at him in King of the Monsters in 2014 as like, yeah, he's destructive, but he's the good guy. But I think the public should not look at him like that, and I think that could be something very interesting to explore. Number 8, the rebirth of Mothra. I've been saying it for years, ever since King of the Monsters killed her off, and then we got the tease and end credits that Mothra had an egg. Yeah, I want to see Mothra back. It was supposed to be a post-credit scene for Godzilla King of the Monsters, and they were going to do a post-credit scene for Godzilla vs. Kong of Mothra coming back. Bring her back, all.
Oh, but no, we gotta cut it just to make it safer for general audiences. Even though we could have been exploring, we could have been explaining more things, but no, we gotta cut it just to make it safer, just to make it fast-paced. Gosh, that's one of my complaints about this movie.
Alrighty, I want to see Mothra back, and I think, again, expanding her connection with Dr. Ling and Chen would be great. She's one of the best kaiju. She's one of the best of the Monsterverse by far. She really steals the show in King of the Monsters. So I think...
Yeah, she's one of my favorite kaijus of all time. And she's like the second best character. Sorry? She's the second best monster in King... No, not the second. Never mind. The third best kaiju in King of the Monsters.
Bringing her back would be awesome. For Toho Kaiju, this is number 9. What do I want for the Toho Kaiju? I know a lot of people are like, bring in King Caesar. Why? We have Kong.
Actually, to be honest, D-Man, I actually do think King Caesar is a good idea.
Bring in Gorosaurus. No, we don't need a dinosaur. We could just make a new dinosaur. Why would we need that? Bring in blah blah blah. Like, everybody pitches the worst monsters to bring in. Especially, I don't want to see Mechagodzilla back. We literally just watched...
Thank you, we just had him. Like, people aren't satisfied? We just had Mechagodzilla. Right there. even though his design could have looked better, that's one of the weirdest shots of Mechagodzilla.
Watched the movie Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla. That was the last movie. I know Godzilla doesn't fight him until the end, but hey, that's what the movie we just watched was. We just watched Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla. We don't need to see Mechagodzilla back. I don't know why people want to retread so much of the ground we just covered.
That's why I literally just said, if you guys want Godzilla to fight King Ghidorah again, if you guys just want Godzilla to fight Mechagodzilla again, why not just combine them both, make Mega King Ghidorah, then bam, you got what you want. Only this time it's a new monster that's combining the last two villains that Godzilla just fought with. That caused him to team up with some people and other monsters
It's like when Godzilla
to take them down.
vs. Kong was coming out and everybody was saying, bring Ghidorah back and make him the villain that they have to team up against. Why would you want that? We literally just watched that movie in Godzilla King of the Monsters. Why does everybody want the same exact movie that we just saw the next time around? Don't bring Mechagodzilla back. He's blown up. If anything, take his parts and build a new mech out of it. Space Godzilla.
If anything, just make a King Ghidorah so that way fans can shut up already and stop saying, "Oh, bring this back, bring that back." It's like we just had it. Like, aren't you satisfied enough?
Don't bring him in either. I don't know why fans want Space Godzilla. Don't.
Speaking of Space Godzilla, if you read the Godzilla vs. Kong art book, there's a kaiju that's like similar to Space Godzilla that caused both Godzilla and Kong species to take it down. Him or her, I don't know what the gender is, but I think that's one of the main villains of destroying monsters that I would do. That space kaiju that was teased in the art book.
Bring Space Godzilla in. Certainly not Gigan. He's the absolute worst monster you could bring in the monsterverse.
They already teased Gigan, but honestly, I agree. I would do a kaiju that's like similar to Gigan, but not Gigan because I agree. I don't think Gigan should join the MonsterVerse. I know I'm gonna make a lot of people mad, but honestly, if you guys want to see Gigan in a modern Godzilla movie, just ask Toho to make more Godzilla movies. But honestly, in the MonsterVerse, yeah, just keep Gigan away. You can have a monster that's similar to Gigan, but not Gigan himself. No.
The only way Gigan would work in the MonsterVerse is if, like, bad guys took control of Mechagodzilla components and then genetically modified.
Wait, there was a Gigan-esque monster that was teased with the Rodan art leaks before the King of the Monsters trailer comes out. What if they find that little monster, find the monster and use the parts of Mechagodzilla to power it on, and we get something similar to Final Wars where Gigan is in these bricks, and then once they power it on, it breaks out and goes evil. Yeah, that's what I would like.
Or engineered another Titan. So let's say there's a big kind of chicken Titan, and then they kind of turn him into a cyborg. The bad guys or whoever turns him into a cyborg, and then he becomes Gigan because.
And use the parts of Mechagodzilla. Yeah, that's why.
They took this other kaiju and then they modified him. That's the only way that would work. Certainly don't bring back the traditional space Gigan. Yucky. I actually like Gigan. I want to make.
Yeah, I like Gigan too, but honestly, just have Toho reboot him or remake him.
With dust, it's so easy. Swiffer dusters.
This is where it all began. The story of Candyman.
What is that trailer?
I just don't think he's the fit for the MonsterVerse. Yes, do bring Biollante back. That's the.
I mean, I would. I know Biollante is really does fit the MonsterVerse because she's realistic. She's actually realistic, and Godzilla vs. Biollante is one of the much more realistic Godzilla films. But still, I would do a kaiju that's similar to Biollante, and because if you're gonna bring Biollante in, you're gonna have to bring Space Godzilla. Because if you watch Godzilla vs. Biollante, you saw that the spirits goes up in space, and then that's where Godzilla vs. Space Godzilla happened. So yeah, that's why I would not bring Biolante here. I would do a kaiju that's like similar to Biolante. And also, actually this. How about how about I make a new kaiju that's like a mixture between Biolante and the Mega Kaiju from Pacific Rim Uprising. And there, we don't have to start any couple of messes no more. Just have the space kaiju that was teased in the art book and the new biological titan, the new biological Biolante slash Mega Kaiju Titan. Have them both be separate monsters. And have the actual Biolante and Space Godzilla Titans be from Toho when they probably start remaking Godzilla movies. But since the Monsterverse has been successful so far, I don't know if they're gonna start, if Toho is gonna start producing Godzilla movies again anytime soon.
Perfect monster to do in the Monsterverse. She's so perfect for the Monsterverse. There's so much things you could do with her. Same with Destroya. Those are the only two.
Yeah, Destroya. Yeah, okay, if I have to bring one more like Toho villain in terms of like monsters, like Toho villain, I bring Destroya and Mecha King Ghidorah. That's it. That's it. In terms of villains, don't Destroya and Mega King Ghidorah are the only monsters I will bring in.
I think there's a need to bring back into the Monsterverse. They're not the most famous Godzilla monsters. General audiences aren't going to know who they are. We've kind of run out of monsters that general audiences will know. But if you're going to bring back a Toho monster, either of those two, those are the ones to do.
Yeah, if it were up to me, I would bring back Jet Jaguar, King Caesar, Anguirus, Destroya, and Mecha King Ghidorah. So those are really the only monsters I would bring back.
Both of those have the same like genetic engineering, genetic modification themes as the other movies. Destroya, you could set up with the oxygen destroyer. You could say that led to Destroya. There's a lot you could do with both of those monsters, and I think they would be both very naturally integrated into the Monsterverse. And I'm okay with Ghidorah coming back in some capacity. I don't want Ghidorah to be a big bad. I don't want.
Right, I don't think King Ghidorah should be the big bad again of the movie again. But that being said though, I do want to see King Ghidorah again, like in like a little scene, in one scene, not a flashback, but a scene, like during the movie. Not okay. Well, here's how I'll do it. I'll have there be in my Destroyer Monsters film. I'll have there be a fight scene between the Mutos, the Skullcrawlers, the King Ghidorah, and Mega Godzilla. Like reborn and like they're them fighting each other. I'll have them be one scene, and if whoever comes out on top, that will be the inspiration for Mecha King Ghidorah. That's how I would do it.
Ghidorah to fight Godzilla again in a big battle. Ghidorah should, I think, remain mostly dead if they want to reanimate some of the heads so that they can grow. I think it'd be cool if they were harvesting Ghidorah. You know, if they had like a Ghidorah head and they were harvesting a whole bunch of them, and that's how Apex had two. And then we could also say Alan Jonas still has one and he keeps harvesting it for DNA. That could be a cool place to go. I'd really like to see that. But I don't think we need Ghidorah back as Ghidorah. Number 10, Ifukube returns. I want to hear that Godzilla theme. It was so cool in King of the Monsters, and it felt like a massive step down in Godzilla vs. Kong.
Thank you. Somebody else said it because I loved Godzilla's 2014 and King of the Monsters theme, especially King of the Monsters. But Godzilla vs. Kong theme for Godzilla, well, Kong's theme in Godzilla vs. Kong was fire. I'm not gonna lie. Mecha Godzilla's theme was good, great, but not like awesome. But Godzilla's theme sucks. So, Legendary, if you're watching this, which I don't think you are because I don't have enough views yet, but or subscribers, but if you're watching this, surprisingly, do not, I repeat, do not bring back the Godzilla vs. Kong. Do not bring back the Godzilla vs. Kong trash theme again. Just Godzilla's theme sucked in GBK. Just no.
Because it was so similar to Ifukube's theme, but it wasn't Ifukube's theme, that it felt like, why? Why couldn't we have gotten something entirely new? Or just go with Ifukube's music? Number 11. Adam Wingard really set the bar pretty high with the color and style of Godzilla vs. Kong. Michael Dougherty started the trend out. He really started the trend with the color. I liked what he was doing with color with all the blues, and you had reds in there as well. But Godzilla vs. Kong, like seeing Godzilla in neon, that's what I've been craving my whole life, and I want more and more of it. And then for style, the same type of cinematography we saw in Godzilla vs. Kong, where it's very dynamic shots, pulled back, letting us look at what's happening, but also giving us the impression of weight. Yeah, let's do more of that. I'm okay with the other movies. I thought Godzilla 2014 was a great approach to scale. I thought Godzilla King of the Monsters was a very interesting experiment, keeping us in the human perspective during the fights. But we've seen that. We've got it. Godzilla vs. Kong gave us something that is better, and so let's keep doing that. Number 12, genre bend. We can do more things now. This isn't actually necessary. I don't know if they need to do this, but the Showa era films, they realized at a certain point that if they continued making the same type of movie over and over again, it was going to get stale, and so they bent up the genre. They had like comedies, they had action movies, they had sci-fi, they had musicals.
That's one of the things I like about the Monsterverse is that every like each new film that comes out, we get like a new genre. Like Godzilla 2014 at times felt like a horror film. Kong Skull Island was like a mystery, like a jungle-esque film where you're like in this island, mythical island where you don't know where you are. Like you just got taken out by a big ape. And then with King of the Monsters, it's literally just a Heisei callback, a modern Heisei film. And then Godzilla vs. Kong, which is dumb fun. In my opinion, Godzilla vs. Kong is just dumb fun, but I still love it. Godzilla vs. Kong is dumb, but I love it.
They did all sorts of weird stuff in the Showa movies. They had assassination plots and all sorts of weird stuff. I'm not saying you need to do that in Godzilla vs. Kong. I think maybe you could do something interesting with maybe a heist.
Yeah, we don't need any more like goofy dances. Like I'll make this next film more close to the either Millennium era or the Heisei era.
Kind of cool. Alan Jonah's group like pulling off a heist against Monarch or something, stealing some kaiju tech or something. I don't know. You don't need to do this one. I think we can play around with the genre. I don't know if we should go like comedy, but I think horror is certainly a place we could go.
Yeah, no more. No, I do not like. Do not bring. I keep drawing my remote. Well, not drawing, dropping. But no, I'm gonna hold it in my hand this time. But no more comedy. Like one of my complaints with Godzilla vs. Kong, King of the Monsters, and Godzilla vs. Kong is that there are times where they will just tell jokes, and I will literally just say, "Shut up! Focus on the dang thing. Focus on the main stuff already. Like your jokes are trash." Godzilla 2014 proved that you don't need jokes. I mean, yeah, sure, there were some little hit laughs and giggles in 2014, but I was not like laughing. That's a good thing. Whereas for King of the Monsters, Godzilla vs. Kong and Kong Skull Island at times felt like it was corny, tell corny jokes. Like
we've already gotten like from drama into sci-fi. Now if we could go into horror, it'd be very interesting. That's the direction I would take. I would take Godzilla in a horror direction. I would not take him in a comedy direction or anything like that. Certainly no musicals in the modern kaiju films.
yeah, no. I mean, you can have like them like singing the traditional songs, but don't have the. You can have them sing like traditional old school musics from the old kaiju films, but don't have the whole movie just be a comedy or a musical. Like
I don't know. I'm just saying you can do some interesting stuff with the human plots. The human plot specifically, what I'm referring to as a genre bending. What I'm really saying is you could do some different things with the human plot and have the humans doing different stuff than we've seen before. Number 13, future setup. And by that I mean not just like a post-credit scene, but have an actual overarching storyline this time. I'd like for this next phase of the Monsterverse to be one interconnected story that's just told in all different movies. I think that'd be great. Again, I think the way...
honestly, I don't think we should do another phase. Honestly, the only choice I see happening is there being one more film. It's that Destroy All Monsters that we all wanted.
To do that is with the bad guys. That's who I would do it with. Again, I need to do some pitch videos to explain what I would want for the Monsterverse movies, but basically I want the bad guys to be the ones behind the scenes, Thanosing everything into place. Number 14, G-Team Returns. I really liked G-Team.
Yes, we need that for sure. G-Team, yeah, we need them returning. We need them to return.
G-Force is a cool idea, and I love that they brought it back, and so I would like to see G-Team return. Again, that kind of goes along with the idea of bringing the whole extended cast back together. Number 15, explore more of the Monsterverse and see the Titans' impacts. That's referring to like the human damage that the Titans cause, the mistrust that people have. Godzilla King of the Monsters didn't really expand on the public as much as I would have liked it to. It was so rooted in Monarch. Although I do want to see Monarch at the heart of the next story, I do want to see more of the world of the Monsterverse, and I do want to see more locations. I don't want Godzilla to fight anybody again in San Francisco. I think it'd be cool if Godzilla goes to Japan just to see how America...
We need Godzilla back in Japan. We need Godzilla to go to Japan. I mean, Godzilla was in Hong Kong. Don't get me wrong, Godzilla was in Hong Kong, but I still would have liked it if Godzilla was in Japan in the Monsterverse.
Does that with a big Hollywood budget, Godzilla in Japan. I don't think we need it though because we have things like Shin Godzilla. Japan can make their own Godzilla movies set in Japan. So I think having Godzilla explore more of the globe is a cool idea. And again, I think introducing different monsters, new kaiju, new titans created for the Monsterverse is a good idea. Number 16, this is the one that is now 16 because I had the bonus at the start. And I said it earlier, bring Godzilla and Kong together for the finale. Don't bring them together before the finale, just save it for the finale, and then bring them together. That's
Which is probably the next film, since, like I keep saying in this video, that's literally the only choice you have left after everything you just showed us. So yeah.
I would do. Alright, that'll do it for this one, guys. That's my list for 15 things I would want to happen in the new Godzilla movies that they make, and hopefully they do make them. Huge thank you to all the people who support me on Patreon. If you want to join the Patreon,
Subscribe to him, please.
below. You can get access to the Discord, early content, a bunch of other perks, and it goes a really, really long way towards supporting the channel and making sure I can keep making videos like this. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I'll see you guys next time for the next one. D-Man, out.
Alright, that's all. Yeah, stay tuned for my reaction to Singular Point. And on top of that, subscribe to D-Man 1954. Thank you very much for watching. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, so the link will be in the description. That's all I gotta say right now. So talk to you Goji fans later.